All right, let's come back closer to home. Of course, the Huntsville Sports Commission, they're back at it again with another tournament right here in the Rocket City. The Coastal Collegiate Sports Association is hosting their beach volleyball championships down at John Hunt Park this entire weekend. We've got schools like Florida State, LSU, Southern Miss, and FIU all in attendance. And, of course, they were playing throughout the entire weekend. Of course, they had to crown some champions, so let's take a look at some of the winners. The FAU Owls defeated the top-seeded Georgia State Panthers to capture the Blue Championship via a 3-1 victory. The Owls entered the conference tournament as the number 2 seed and earned victories over FIU, UAB, and Southern Miss, who were 3, 4, and 5, respectively. Then they took down Georgia State, the top seed, to claim their first championship. They earned their 20th victory of the season with the win of that title. Now Florida State defeated second-ranked LSU to capture the Aqua Championship in a Sunday evening matchup. Now FSU, they entered the conference tournament at the top seed. They earned victories over 8-seeded UNC Wilmington, 4th-ranked South Carolina, and of course LSU. They had to beat them not once but twice. They claimed their 5th consecutive CCSA championship. Congratulations to all, and hey, thanks for making your way out to the city of Huntsville. Let's take a sports